Listen closely. The views discussed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts. Audience discretion is advised.
I just want to start with, first of all, happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Because by the time you guys hear this, actually, this will drop on the day after my birthday. So never mind.
Hey, but still, happy birthday. What?
Honestly, no. But I was trying to think if this is going to drop on it. And you guys should be very grateful because we're recording this before I go on my trip. So you guys can still have something to listen to. So these topics might not be the most relevant, but they're pretty entertaining still, I would say.
Yeah, I would say.
You know what I mean? Again, this is just me doing my due diligence for the poor.
Oh my goodness.
But listen, no.
For the peons.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Winning Podcast. Where what were you singing before we started recording this?
I hate when I'm put on the spot. I definitely can't drop the vocals now.
Oh my gosh.
I got that pre-record rap.
Pretty much he was singing that we're just two guys sitting or two.
Oh, just two friends sitting
Yeah.
on a couch 5 feet apart because they're not gay. I am though, but you know.
Oh, what? Oh man.
Not gay, but queer gay. That kind. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know he was gonna do that bit. Oh, that's hella funny.
Speaking of, sexuality, when's the last time you got tested? Hot question of the week.
Recently enough that sent me a bill.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, actually,
What? Hey,
no,
I thought their stuff was supposed to be low cost
stop.
or free.
Stop. Bleep that out. I don't want anyone to know where I go. All right. Make
No,
sure,
it's okay. Yeah, we'll hit that.
Bleep that out. I'm gonna say it again. Bleep that.
Here, hold on.
Okay.
I gotta add it to the note.
But yeah, enough that they sent me a bill recently.
Hold on. Dang. Okay, that's what, like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to listen to it. Because I will also say I'm hoping that, and this is not necessarily saying plural, but I'm just trying to keep it general. I'm hoping that my partners are also getting tested. You know what I mean? Like, because if I'm going and from my end, because I go once, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not adding anybody, like I go once, make sure everything's good, and then I'm not gonna go again because I expect that you're being safe or being responsible to some degree. What about you?
It was probably like a month ago. Yeah.
Nice. I am proud to say, I've never needed anything. You know what I mean? Like they've always given it to me, and because I'll go in. I'm definitely the type of person to the minute. You know,
Preventative.
I'm one of those people. Like, I guess I'm kind of dumb when it comes to like signs of body health issues because I eat a whole lot of spicy food the night before, and then I don't know, for some reason I guess I don't drink enough water or I didn't really break it down, and it just kind of hurt a little bit. I will run to the hospital thinking it's something way out of hand. Like, I never caught COVID, but I went to the hospital multiple times for thinking I had COVID. Like, I'm one of those people, if I'm being completely honest. But luckily, I've never
likely to get physically injured.
I mean, that proven track record. I was also thinking about that actually, and it occurred to me that I've actually hit my head with what I'd consider significant impact at least 4 or 5 times in my life.
Yeah, probably. I feel like everybody experiences, your bouts of significant impact.
Bro, yeah.
In your lifetime, but like, I don't know, like it's not ever like I don't know. Unless it's like actually life damaging, then it's not really like that bad. Like, we all experience multiple concussions. I feel just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like college. College was just like, yeah, all right. Like most people is gonna experience. If you haven't had a concussion yet, like you're gonna have one in college.
If you're going outside.
Yeah.
Or honestly, in Pullman, you could have slipped and fell.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It
if
does
you went
happen.
to WSU, you probably getting a concussion just from the ice.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy to report, maybe that just shows that I'm kind of lame and I'm not really out there like that. But I've never really had to send out a text to anyone talking about, hey, give it 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm happy to say that. That's
I've had some history, but not
nasty.
Not because of my choice of risk. That's a story for another time. It's somebody else's taking risks with me. But yeah, so that was a long time ago though. We out here, we feeling great these days. We out here.
You're just gonna say that?
STI free.
You're just gonna say that?
Ding.
Everyone listening is gonna be like, oh, so he's dirty.
Nah, I'm not dirty. That was like freshman year of college. It was like 2014. Dang, dude, that's almost 10 years ago now.
Speak for yourself.
That's crazy.
Well, I guess you weren't speaking for him to begin with, but that's wild.
Yeah, dude.
So, again, not really the birthday episode because I got to come back from my whatever excursions. It's not really an excursion. I'm just going on a little trip.
Looks off longingly.
Yeah, it's just doing something small for myself. And then we'll really talk about it. We'll talk about what the experience was like. We'll talk about how I feel, and then that'll really be the birthday episode. But this is a little space holder. We might actually release 2 episodes that week, maybe 3, just because I'm feeling generous.
Might even go hard.
Bro, you're right. I do be breathing
hard.
hard in the mics. Give me a second. I need to breathe in real quick. I feel like my nose is also congested.
Also, you're. Hold on. We'll be right back. Technical difficulties. But anyways, welcome back once again.
Yeah.
To the Winning Podcast.
I was not gonna make it there for a second.
We did that kind of at the beginning, and then we did our intro conversation. We didn't come back to welcome. Welcome back to another episode of the Winning Podcast. I'm Caleb. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm Luijy. You guys already know. Honestly, it's odd. I don't know. It's like last year for it felt a lot more monumental. I guess I gave it a lot more significance. It was like a lucky year, lucky number type thing. But this year it feels a little bit more mature. Like I don't really need to go as hard, contrary to where I'm going. You know what I mean? But I'm still looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the traditions I've made for myself that every year I wake up somewhere different.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's a respectable way to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't really gone very many places for my birthday. Like I also have an unfair birthday. It's in the dead center of the summer, so
Yeah, bro, that's hard.
so
Especially the places you want to go.
Yeah.
Those are always expensive around that time.
but I'm always into the things that you choose to do or like other people choose to do for their birthdays, and that's why I always like to either piggyback other people's experiences or just live vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to go to Mexico right now. It's not that I have
bro,
anything.
why are you telling people where I'm going?
We already talked about it. It was in the last episode.
I guess, whatever.
And it's not that by this point you would already be back by the time they hear
Oh,
this.
that's true.
But anyways, it's not that I have anything against going to Mexico. It's just I have so many places that I want to go, and it's always like the most expensive thing
Yeah.
on my list. Like Japan. Japan is like the thing that I'm trying to really make happen. And in order to do that, I got to save up for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, Japan's expensive, especially because the way we're trying to plan it, we want to go for at least 10 days because that's how you get a real experience out of that. Especially if you're flying that far across the world, which people a lot of people lately, they've been trying to only, they're like, well, we're only going for like 5 days. We're only going to go and do this. We're only going to do that. And I'm like, that's not really the experience you're looking for. You really want to go and do all of it. Like some places in the world I get, just go there for 4 days. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But a cultural center or epicenter like Japan,
with a bunch of multiple epicenters
and because
of variously different cultures,
and because of how expensive it is to get there and how long it takes to get there, you might spend 2 days traveling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So we'll plan that a little bit better. We'll definitely.
Last time I checked, it was like 19 hours of flying.
No, you might want to check again because last time I checked, it was like 20, 21, 29 for the cheapest flight.
Yeah. Heck
So obviously, yeah, you could do 19 hours, but you're probably paying a lot more money. That I don't know.
Yeah.
The podcast got to start carrying a lot more weight for us to start moving like that.
This podcast is brought to us by viewers like you. When you start paying us,
Which you could. You could.
You can definitely pay us.
Hey, we're not begging though.
No. Okay.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. First off, don't pay us if you're going to be a hater about it.
Yeah,
but
exactly. We are not begging. I just want to make sure that that gets gets across.
No, I'm just saying, if you want us to follow our passions or like bring you some crazy content, we could do that.
Like what? What kind of crazy content would we do?
Bro, we could do some on the go podcasting.
Yeah.
Imagine a to-go podcast in Japan.
That would be awesome.
I think that would be an amazing.
If we do get that luxury, I would start doing some crazy stuff for podcast content. Like, I guess it's not really crazy, but I'd
become
go like,
a real
like
vlogger.
Yeah. Just to talk about it. And trust me, I be having things to talk about. That I don't maybe talk about on here. You know what I mean? Not to do that. That was gross.
This could become plug talk.
No way. No way. Not for free.
Not for free.
Not for free. Definitely not.
All right. Well, we've already covered so much.
Well, I just kind of looked at the last thing or the next thing we wanted to talk about, and I'm like, can I even bring this up?
Which one?
Diplo.
Oh.
Can I?
I mean, you can bring that up.
And I didn't even really
We
mean
could
to say
talk
that
about that.
off mic. I just wasn't talking in the microphone, but.
No. Okay, so Diplo. Oh, man.
Okay, before we get into it, can we just take stances right here, right now?
Is it gay to get head from a man if you identify as a cis man?
Okay. I personally did not add that last part, but if you're gonna add that last part,
he identifies.
Then yeah, it's gay. It's that.
Yeah,
that's gay.
Like I feel like it's important to the scenario.
Yeah,
because a person who identifies as open sexually or gay or queer, like it really doesn't matter.
And I don't know if that's because this happened in a podcast, and I don't know if that podcast is copyrighted.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Well, they talked about it on several of the other things that I've watched.
Do your research, pretty much.
We might be able to insert an audio clip.
Yeah,
if we can, I might.
If not, look it up. Diplo goes on a freaking podcast, a popular one, and I don't even know how this came up because, but sometimes when you're on tour, I'm not gonna say it never happened. There's probably a chance I got head from a guy. And she asked him to clarify, and he goes, "Well, you never know. Like one of those nights, it could have been a guy." And then he tried to say he didn't really make eye contact.
Yeah, I'm also
which almost worked. I almost was like, okay, well, if he didn't make eye contact, but then I go, wait, hold on. There's been a lot of times. There's been a lot of times I didn't make eye contact. That because it was a guy, but clearly because I'm just not trying to. It's a little intimate, you know what I mean? That's a whole different level. Like.
See, is it? I guess that expands the question. Then, if you as a
lock eyes when you're getting
yeah, Is it or is it or
What
is
are we
it
talking about
Is it
here?
overtly intimate to make eye contact during head?
Yo, well, I feel like at that point,
I feel like that's part of the experience. I feel
Well,
like
no, because
looking at the
there's-
person giving you head is like pretty
there,
important.
no,
part of the process.
no. It depends.
Maybe not
It
eye
really
contact,
depends. It
but, like,
depends.
You're
Because
gonna
I
look
think,
down at some point.
I mean, you might look down, but depending on the position they're in, they're not gonna be able to look back at you. And if they do, it looks weird. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
and that's
in
totally
a lot
fine,
of those
but-
positions, it's not necessarily somebody that like you would lock eyes with because I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess
I don't think there's any beating around the bush on this one. Like, regardless of the scenario, if you're locking eyes or not, did you get head from somebody that you did not identify as in your sexual preference?
I think he
yes
did.
or no.
Okay, so how does
Like-
the I gotta ask? So how does the whole sexual fluidity thing comes in? Because I'm not gonna say here's where I stand. I think it's gay. I think it's, but I don't think
Some
Diplo.
people would call that heteroflexible. Diplo would probably fall in the category of what you would call heteroflexible. He is
Listen.
not into guys, but he will not decline servicing from men.
No. See, no.
But
I don't agree with that.
I don't think that
no,
that's
I don't
like
agree
a-
with that because
that's like
here-
not a
let me
fair
tell you why.
place.
Let me tell you why I don't agree with that. How are you not into something? Because here's the thing, like I might not be into ugly girls, but I am into. Okay, pause. I might not. Pause. I might not be into women I find unattractive, but at the end of the day, if I really in a dire situation, I got to do what I got to do with a woman. That's that's the end of the day.
What dire
What-
of a situation could it be?
Like there is nothing else available.
Oh my god!
But listen, but I would never.
The views and opinions.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody feels this way. If you're gonna hate on me for this, you're just being a hypocrite. In a dire situation though, I would not turn to a guy for that. I just wouldn't.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So Diplo on tour, or especially if you're on tour, you can't just slide in like, yeah, it could have been a guy. You know. No, we don't know. We don't know. Explain
said
that
you know.
right now. Because if you're not, you have to be attracted to, because here's the thing. What you're implying, the heteroflexible, I'm going to say this off the mic. Listen.
And I
So
don't
that
know.
doesn't work.
Maybe you can't. I don't know. I don't have like sensory. I don't
I
have
mean,
like
can we
extreme
say-
sensory.
can we go with,
touch
like-
senses? You know?
I don't want to be out here labeling people, but is this? Could he not just be bi? Is that?
He doesn't think that he's bi. He thinks he's straight.
Okay, so this is gay. Like, what are we talking about here? I just want to. Okay, but here's the thing. Like, in 2023, does this come off? Is this in bad taste to say that?
I don't know that it's in bad taste to say that. I think that it's more in bad taste for Diplo to be like, I don't know. It's more in bad taste to be like, oh, I just didn't really care. Like, okay, like, so you're
Saying
just,
it's not gay because you didn't lock eyes with the guy is insane.
yeah,
is that not
but also-
crazy?
But also, it kind of comes off super. I don't even want to say.
It kind of comes off a little homophobic at the same time.
Yeah,
it's like,
and
well, you know,
also-
it's like.
And also, it comes off like a little like molesty in a bit, because it's like, yeah, like I don't really know who's doing what to me down there. I just let him do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what, bro? That's weird.
Yeah, man.
That's not
So,
okay.
I don't because
Stop it. Get some help.
no, because she did ask him to clarify, and he doubled down.
He did. He
did
really
double
kept
down.
going.
And everyone is like, again, I don't want to label anyone, but
Also, he's like, I don't think that's gay. Okay, you might not think it's gay, but I mean,
that's crazy.
oh my gosh.
But is there?
It was previously
What I'm
reserved to the gay
asking-
community.
Yeah, bro. Listen. And a lot of people are talking about it like, well, you know, a lot of us have had gay thoughts. You know what? I'll meet you there. Yes, sure. Because also the gay thoughts they used was, you've never thought a guy was attractive. That's not really a gay thought. You can think someone's attractive
and not
like,
want to have sex with them.
Yeah, and it not be a gay thought, but whatever.
Yeah.
But since that's the baseline we all established, yes, we've all had a gay thought. But you know what I mean, bro? Like, and honestly, if I did fine. You know what? Fine. Once, fine. You know what? You didn't know. You didn't know. Long hair. Whatever. You know what? You didn't know. Fine. We'll give you the one time. But enough for you to know that, yeah, a guy has done it for sure. like, yo, what are we talking about here? What are you doing?
Dude?
Because that's my thing, like, being able to be like,
you're not escaping that one.
Yeah. And she goes, wait, what do you mean it happened? And for you to be like, oh, yeah, no, for sure, it did happen.
And you're like, okay, so you were aware.
Yeah, yeah. So
and you're like, just because I didn't make eye contact, like it's not gay. I don't know. That's just super alpha.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like avoiding the situation in that.
These sound like very similar stories we heard in college.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like very close to other stories like that we heard in college.
Absolutely. Very close other stories.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah, that's just kind of wild because...
And y'all don't even listen to this.
No. But maybe y'all should, because a lot of y'all do listen to Diplo. This might be a really good way for a lot of you guys to honestly move on that bromance. That a lot...
Hey, if you're really on Diplo's balls, you might actually be able to get on Diplo's balls.
Yeah. Take him somewhere. Make sure he's looking up. Because you guys cannot lock eyes.
Oh my God.
Y'all cannot lock eyes. And then some people wanted to break this down, and then they were like, well, if you're having a threesome, it's two guys and a girl, that's also kind of gay. And I was like, okay, so now we're trying to find every excuse besides labeling what we're exactly talking about.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about two guys and a girl, because that's not what he described. All right.
He did not say I was in an orgy.
Yeah.
He didn't say any of that.
So none of that is irrelevant. Like, and he's not talking about he saw one of his homies and got, like, it's none of that. Like, this man legit was like, I can confirm.
I got head from a man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sick. Is that rehearsed?
I don't know.
Some podcasts, that's the next question. Know. When he told him that off the air, did they go, oh yeah, we got to talk about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I would have made sure he had a stance.
He was a little bit too comfortable talking about it.
I would have made sure he had a stance.
Yeah.
Like, you can't come on the podcast talking about, oh, I don't know, we didn't lock eyes. No, bro, I need to know, like, which one is it?
What do you think?
Yeah, like, really this is actually kind of crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So, I guess, bottom line, what's your take?
I think that if you want to like fully identify yourself as a heterosexual cisgendered man, then receiving head from a man who probably identifies as gay, like, I don't think that it makes you gay, but I would say that that set of actions is usually something you would find in the gay community.
Yeah.
And if that's something that you want to do,
don't hide from it.
Yeah, if that's something you want to do, don't hide from it.
You can't hide from it. This is just like that politician. I was like, oh yeah, like the
gays are evil, and then they caught him in the gay orgy.
In the gay.
Come on, dude.
Nasty work. How does that even happen,
dude?
Because these are things that are.
And then he really tried to say that those were fake.
Yeah. Or what was the other guy who was like, oh yeah, like cross-dressing and trans people gotta go, and then he was like caught cross-dressing in Brazil at a gay parade, right?
Yes.
Like, what is the reality you guys are really trying to live? No one in 2023, no one cares if you don't want to be straight.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like you could definitely sway a group of people into being super supporters of whatever it is that you want to do, but you choose to allow them to be super supporters of the thing you hate.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah. But talking about a group of people, the murderers of Triple X Temptation.
People we hate.
Were found guilty
Hey,
Why
justice.
I was gonna ask why do these things take so long, but obviously there's a lot of court rulings and a lot of things that happen behind the scene.
Whole lot of appealing.
I will always say though, when we have it on camera and we know who you are and we know what the crime is and we have all the evidence and you're literally sitting in jail, why do we even waste our time? This is why my student loans are not getting canceled. We spend too much money doing useless stuff.
I'll explain it in as simple as terms as I possibly can, and it's like because they are whoever their lawyers are, for whatever reason, they know that if they could have gotten them off, they would become super lawyers. And so they go and they're like, we're going to take this case, right? And we're going to get you guys off. And what they do is they go write it up as a burglary, like, or a robbery or something like that. Not an intentional murder.
The next super lawyer is not the guy who said Drake might have had something to do with this. That is not the minute
that was the prosecution, and they still
that
won.
was the defense. That was the defense.
Okay.
That was I shot Triple X, and my lawyer goes, "Hey man, like I know he did it, but like you know Drake, yeah." I'm going to jail, bro. Like, you're not looking out for me. How could you even say that? Like, what does that even mean?
Oh, my God, bro. No way.
Because they tried to call Drake into, to come sit down, and the judge was like, okay, like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I'm not even going to allow you guys to ask.
Yeah. So when that's your defense, it's not looking good. And obviously, they were found guilty, which very controversial artist, I know. Still a very young guy to lose his life the way he did. He does have kids. He has family and had a future. But I don't know what's going on with this cable. It's just gonna have to happen, honestly. So I mean, justice, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care who you are, why you did it, or any of that stuff. I feel like you shot somebody and killed them. You needed to be in jail.
Yeah.
We already were holding you this whole time, just until we've got all this other stuff. I just feel like the whole thing for murder and all that is that they always have to find a motive.
Yeah.
In order to actually try you for murder. And so if the motive was burglary, or the murder was, like, if the motive was burglary and the murder was secondhand, then you can get slightly less like charges, and then you can appeal it later on down the line once other cases have been tried, so that they can kind of review yours against those. Blah 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 blah.
Honestly,
it's BS.
Not to be that guy, but when I saw the people, I'm like, you guys weren't gonna get away with this. Not a single one of y'all looks smart enough to get away with this.
No way.
Like, look
when they
at
showed
y'all.
their mugshots, I was like, they definitely did that.
Yeah, I hate to say that.
Definitely.
I hate to say that, and I hate to be that person, but I looked at that mugshot. I was like, y'all could have ran to Antarctica and they would have found y'all asses. Like, there's no way you guys are going. None of you. Anyway, with that,
justice.
And a commercial break. We'll be right back. The Winning Podcast. Boom.
All right, we're back. Speaking of justice,
we didn't really get to really go on. We didn't really get to cover everything, but the Jussie Smollett documentary is up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to watch that. 'Cause that joint looks comical.
Listen, there's a lot to unpack there, and I want this to be the segment that we push around, because it's funny because a part of the clip is them being like, do you guys believe you guys look like white supremacists? And they go, hell yeah. Are you serious, bro?
No way.
Listen.
There's absolutely no way.
Listen, we're not doing that.
Absolutely no way.
I don't want to. There's
all
a part
of all of you involved were wrong.
There's a part of the documentary where they were talking to the cops, and the cops go, we don't really know if we can say this, but these are not white people. And when the cops are like, yo, like, not that we want to condone this, but these are clearly two black guys.
That is ridiculous.
How do you? Why didn't you just hire white people to do it?
Hey, man, because maybe white people would have actually hate crimed him.
Bro, they were talking about how they couldn't find a MAGA hat to go, you can't actually really buy those. Yeah, bro, because no one's really going around and really doing that. Except I was in Seattle in downtown yesterday, and there was a Trump rally.
Ew.
Whole bunch of old people. Anyway, white
people.
So he does this. He doubles down. He told one of the guys he's the gay Michael Jackson, or the gay Tupac. He's like, I'm the gay Tupac. He really hired him to beat him up. And a part of the documentary, which one of my favorite podcasters brought this up, was how he had a meatball Subway sandwich with him, and the sandwich made it home intact.
No way,
and they were like,
bro,
how did you get jumped by two guys? They poured like Clorox or whatever on you, and put a noose around your neck.
No way.
Not once did they step on the sandwich. Is that what you protected the entire time? Like what is going on? How did the sandwich make it home? That was like a whole part of the interview.
How did the sandwich make it home?
Dude, it was
mad love and respect to the sandwich. R.I.P.
Yeah.
The only casualty that night.
So how do we feel about that? That's the ultimate, because we always talk about how the people who fake, create fake propaganda and outrage online don't really care about the real movement, right? Where does this sit on that scale?
This sits way outside of the scale.
Because he's actually gay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you can be actually gay, but that's just like creating more problems for the gay community, because now other people are not going to believe
you guys are really hiring people to jump y'all. We're not really jumping y'all.
Yeah, like they're going to be like, oh, yeah, like, well, if Jussie Smollett was lying about it, then are all gay people being harassed and being jumped? Is it actually Trump supporters that are doing this?
People are saying one of the guys he was actually sleeping with, because it was a part of the documentary where he was like describing like kind of how they hung out, and one of the guys kind of got quiet and started staring off, because he's clearly like straight, but the other guy's clearly gay. So they're like, oh, and they were fucking. So it's a whole thing.
Ridiculous.
It's literally like the more and more you dive into it. I mean, he got out of jail. I don't really know how. I mean, I guess it's a celebrity, whatever.
Jail.
But
bail.
That is insane. It is one of those very, very rare moments where somebody goes, I'm going through hardships, and they're lying about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, there is definitely a better way he could have done this. He could have actually gotten jumped and beat up. I mean, I guess that's a little extreme. But if you're really about the cause, like, why would you fake it? And then they showed footage of him going back into the hotel and him trying to stumble around, but then get to his room, and it's just like walking in. The guy talking about, I gave him a noogie in his eye to make it look like he was bruised. A noogie? Bro, who are you paying to jump you?
Hey, they have advanced medical knowledge, bro. They understand how to create bruises.
It's insane. I wish I had time to waste like that.
He said, if I twist a knuckle on you, it'll hit you with that real skin burn, you know?
And you can still go home with your sandwich.
Oh, my God.
That is insane.
That is crazy.
Honestly, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
definitely don't do that. I have a small amount of respect for the commitment to the bit, you know?
Yeah,
because you really did commit to that, and you really were trying to commit. You had
even
all
when
of
the
America
people who
convinced.
did it go, yeah, he paid us to do it. It was us, and da 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 da.
And you
they
were
had
still
y'all footage.
No,
you were still like, you know what? I'm not going down for this.
My guy said, I have remained true and honest. Absolutely not.
And again, what's crazy is, what are you running from? No one was coming after you for being gay, but you really made yourself a gay target.
For no reason. Literally just to... I have no idea what it was for. My whole thing was was it to get the attention? Was it
I think it was for attention, because it was definitely...
out of a contract?
No, it was definitely during the time when police brutality was kind of, at its peak. So in a way, this is it's really nasty, if we're being, all joking aside, right? This is very detrimental to a lot of communities. It's a terrible thing that he did. so when it happened was kind of right around the time where, cops were shooting black people, people were getting assaulted, people were rioting, people were clearly being targets. And then here comes this guy who's this, public figure, going, walking late at night, minding his own business with his meatball sub, gets jumped and somebody puts a noose around their neck. And that's all we know from the story, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously, like, around the time like that, when things are already sensitive, everyone's going to be up in arms. And then comes to find out you're just lying.
For no reason.
For no reason.
At all. Yeah. Disrespectful. Honestly. Like, beyond it, like you said, that's nasty work, bro.
Yeah.
Like you did so much just to accomplish so
and you
little.
won't even apologize. That's the obviously, that might sound a little childish, but in more ways than you won't even apologize. Like, you just they're out here targeting me. No, they're not. Like, we literally prove that there are not. Anyway.
Jail.
Yeah. So we have Black China, who is removing all of her implants and plastic surgery. Not all of it, most of it.
She looked kind of scary.
You think so?
She did like a filler removal or something like that. She looked like not Jaws, Jigsaw.
I thought she looked okay.
I think she looks a little bit better now that it's like actually settled, but like the pictures from the early parts was like kind of scary.
Kind of scary. I have to look into it. Well, I'm not gonna look into it, but I think she looked kind of okay.
Not going to.
I feel like there's this kind of trend online right now where people are saying all these celebrities are removing their implants. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, why do you think that is?
I think it's like we created that whole era of advanced beauty standards, and we're finally rounding out to the point where people are like, maybe I don't want to grow old with this.
Yeah.
Like, because
they are getting older.
Yeah, these people are not getting any younger.
Yeah,
so.
and the younger they're looking is the more work they're getting done. So they are getting older. I've seen people talk about Beyonce doing it, Kim Kardashian doing it. I don't really know. When people say plastic surgery, I feel like that's such a broad thing to say. I can't ever really pinpoint what they mean by that. But everyone's talking about, a lot of icons are starting to take their stuff out. Black China doing that. Black China and I know Amber Rose are also trying to like walk away from their OnlyFans. Mostly because, they're according to what they said and what people are saying, they're trying to raise their sons away from the lifestyle, really. Which brings two questions.
In Amber Rose's case, like, you're competing with Wiz Khalifa, rap dad of the year most years.
Wait, no. But they have a great relationship.
Yeah,
and
I know. I'm just saying, like, tantamount to both sides of the career path. You want to make sure that you can provide an equal experience, especially as your child gets older.
That's true, because there has been report that Sebastian is having to discuss stuff like that at school and all sorts of other stuff. So I guess it's more of an approach. Scary. Yeah, it's more of an approach of protecting the kids, which brings the question that I really want to ask straight up: does this kind of invalidate the whole slut mentality? Like, does eventually you do got to hang that up to be? I don't want to use the word.
I don't think that invalidates it at all.
Okay,
I feel like that's like a really good. It's a really good full circle example of what that looks like, because like at some point, I'm not saying that at some point everybody like slows down, because some people really do just stay in that lifestyle for their entire lives. They become cougars and they just keep, for lack of a better term, doing the do.
Yeah, and I'm not shaming that mentality at all, because
exactly
I know it's a lot more than just like being sexually aggressive. So it's a lot more than that. But seeing the people who I guess in ways kind of led that movement, being like, oh yeah, it's kind of time to be done with that. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's just time for them. And I think that that's like another thing that we're gaining from this whole experience as a like in total, is because they're not saying that it's bad. They're just saying that they can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
which is respectable. Like you you do what you can do until you can't do it no more. You know,
I
like
mean-
if it becomes a problem in the rest of your life and you don't want to deal with that problem. Heck yeah, dude! Stop doing OnlyFans.
Is
Like,
there only health implications with plastic surgery?
only health implications?
Are there health implications?
Oh yeah, always.
Hmm.
It can drift. They can pop. Like whatever it is that you get inserted could pop inside of your body. There's all kinds of other like random health implications that you could get from plastic surgery, but it just depends on the type.
quality.
Well, the quality, the type of plastic surgery that you're getting, like you might have, you're just gonna have different levels of complications that can come about from like rhinoplasty, like a nose job versus a boob job. You know?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's kind of like when we were talking with our friend earlier. I think they're really just might just be done with it.
Yeah.
Because like we said,
And that's-
sometimes you want to
that's
do
for them.
stuff, and then one day you might wake up and go, you know what? Like I think that was the last day I wanted to do that. Let's hang it up. Let's try and do something new. Mad respect to both of these women because they're a lot more successful in life in general than I ever have been or probably ever will be. You know what I mean? And again, it's no knock to them, but it does go a long way to show you that like people do change, dog. Like people, their mentalities, they'll do whatever. But talking about Wiz Khalifa, there's that picture going around right now of his nasty ass feet, and you should really look into those. It's really bad. But anyway,
no.
not to drift too much away from that topic, but is it ever too late to be on OnlyFans? You think there's ever, because
I
we
don't
do see a
think
lot of
that-
people kind of gravitating towards that platform right now, even though it's kind of plateaued a little bit.
It's because like all of the super famous people are drifting away from it. Now the like regular people have a little bit more of a foothold, I feel.
Yeah.
So like
They stopped cutting marketing checks to the famous people.
well, another thing is too is it's become a lot easier, you know, as long as you have a plan. Like we were just talking about with our friend earlier, like we see a ton of people start OnlyFans and have absolutely no plan.
No plan.
And so
Mid-ass pictures.
yeah, they're just
And
like,
it's like,
here's me after the gym, here's me in a bikini, which I also already posted on Twitter.
Yeah.
And like
You're not gonna
have
make
to-
any money from that.
You have to have, and not even just like the content, because you could make money off of that as long as you have a plan.
Yeah.
Because I know people who will pay for really good lewds, like not nudes, but lewd imagery, like things that are almost nude. Like I don't know. There's a whole section of the internet that just likes watching people covered in cake, like. And honestly,
I know. You said I go, you know?
that's what I'm saying.
I don't
see?
know if it'd be long term, but at least once.
I don't know what the term is for when you eat sushi off of a naked person.
Okay, well, now, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it's
okay.
things like that, you know? Like, what if that was your whole OnlyFans?
That's
like
kinda
it's just
fire.
like you in different locations with sushi all over your body.
That
Like, you don't even technically have to be nude to do that. Because you could put sushi in the places that it mattered.
Yeah, exactly. Which you
And
definitely
so-
want some covering that because, you know, yeah.
You don't want to just be putting fish in all the way down
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But anyway, yeah, no, there are definitely ways to do it. And I do think a big part of it too is, you know, it's kind of like, it's almost kind of like podcasting, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, all you got to do is get a mic and just start. And, you know, everyone's doing it. But ultimately, you got to have a plan. You got to know there's clearly a plan to doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just. It also can't be like your money grab. If you always look at it as a money grab, you will never do it long term
Yeah.
because you don't even really care about it.
Yeah.
Because
Because as soon as you don't make money with it, you're just going to stop
you stop. And a lot of people, I feel like, will start their OnlyFans. You know, they go on there, they're like, oh yeah, like all my friends tell me I'm bad, so I'm gonna post a picture of my butthole and I'm just gonna make. I'm just gonna make
It's going to make
millions.
millions.
Yeah, and then you post that picture and you get like, you know, like 20 likes.
Marketing genius.
Yeah, and you go, well, I mean, maybe it was just the angle, and then you take another one, and you're just taking random ass pictures and posting them online. Like no one has never seen a naked man or woman before.
Yeah, literally.
Like that's the thing. Like it's not about seeing naked people because, duh, like, you know what I mean? You could always, there's so many other avenues to getting a more satisfaction to seeing a naked person than having a website you log into.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So
and
we really got to
a subscription with tax with.
Yeah, exactly. So it really comes down to, like, we're talking about, like, you might not even have to show nudity.
Yeah.
Like, you could.
There was a UFC fighter who was on OnlyFans for a while, and I think like the most she ever did was a bikini, and that was it. And it's like literally like videos and pictures of her flexing.
I hear Iggy Azalea, she's posting the same picture she's posting on her Instagram.
Hey.
You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And maybe that's a marketing plan.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just waiting for the one day she goes, you know what? I'll let y'all see a little bit more.
Exactly.
So,
and a lot of people actually use that tactic. Like,
and
it works a lot in marketing, actually,
and
as a matter of fact.
I will say, even though we just talked about Amber Rose and Black China, I do want y'all to understand it's a lot different for kids at school to be like, look at your successful sex symbol mother. And man, your mom tried that, didn't even work. Like, listen,
dang,
one of those is survivable, and the other one, bro, yikes.
Yeah, no.
So before you, and guys too, you know what I mean? Like, before you go online thinking every woman wants to see you naked, oh boy, you better relax.
Yeah, and you better figure out how to actually take a nude.
Exactly.
Or like something.
Exactly, because your son
most of y'all
or
don't.
daughters or whatever they identify as, they will not survive that because kids are cruel.
They are.
Kids are cruel.
Hey, you know how bad it would be for your kid to show up to school and not only hear like, yeah, you know, like I saw this video and your mom was in it. But hey, your mom was in it and it was trash.
It was trash.
Come
Your
on.
dad was in it and he was trash.
Oh no.
That man got bad form.
No.
What do you even know about form?
I'm coming home and throwing my whole backpack at you.
Yeah, man,
No
we're
way.
not doing that. So before you embarrass your kids, please have a plan. Please know what you're doing. Before you close doors for yourself as a regular person with a 9 to 5, which nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I work 9 to 5.
These are people that already were out of that scope. Like you're not really going to see Amber Rose working a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah,
already.
exactly. You are, however, working a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So before you do throw all that away, not to say you can't do OnlyFans and do whatever you want as a side hustle, but you really do have to have a marketing plan to make it work. So I'm not discouraging anyone from doing this. But if you are going to do this, you have to be committed.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm not saying 50 posts.
Fully committed.
And all right, now I'm saying, nah, this is going to remain online forever. Yes, I know the copyright says don't take a picture of this. Really? Who's going to stop me? You know what I mean? Like, obviously not me personally, but like, no one is stopping anyone's phone from taking a screenshot of whatever they're seeing on OnlyFans. If you decide to go that route, you are putting yourself out there. It will be there forever. That you can't. Yeah. And if you quit OnlyFans and you want to take it down, that also tells me you never really made the money to get it cleaned anyway. You can't clean the web of your OnlyFans content. That right? Yeah. Is that a bad assumption?
I mean, you could maybe try, but it's very difficult.
Can't afford that.
Yeah, it's very difficult for a regular person who doesn't have a bunch of money to get that kind of software.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking to go that route, it tells me it wasn't successful. Which, anyway, I don't want, but I don't want it to come off like I'm trying to, get on anyone's dreams. I just want people to. It's not on the same degree, but it's like podcasting. We're talking about Diplo and his sexual orientation. We're talking about other stuff. We can't really take it back once we post it online, because even if we do take it down, what if somebody already took the clip? Like, there's no going back. And if this is already a vulnerable spot, imagine putting your body online. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then 10 posts later, you go, I don't really know. I only made like $100 from this. Well, yeah, because everybody else is making those thousands, maybe, of dollars. You got 200 videos of them getting just clapped. Like, I'm sure with people they freaking don't even like.
You gotta have a release schedule to that. You gotta have a slow drip. You don't want anybody to just get it all at once.
It can't be while you're sitting in traffic on the way to or from work because you're bored.
Yeah.
He came in right before bed because I almost forgot. You know what I mean? Because if you almost forgot, I also almost forgot. Anyway,
connect with your audience.
Yeah, we're not here to give OnlyFans advice. I'm not on. I don't.
No free game.
Yeah, I don't even really know. I'm just letting y'all know if you're gonna do it, be dedicated, have a schedule, and teach your kids how to fight. Anyway, teach your kids how to fight.
Oh my god.
Talking about fighting, Sean Kemp.
Oh my god.
Seattle legend.
Seattle news. This last
Actually, it's like more Tacoma news.
Yeah. South Seattle.
Also,
well, he lives in Seattle.
Also, let me just say, sometimes when you're committing crimes, there's some people that, when you get to them, you go, I'm not going to rob this person. And this should have been one of these moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we've actually witnessed something like this happen before.
Have we?
Yeah. So the story is Sean Kemp was out at the bars, I don't know, at the clubs, something like that.
No. So, it was around there was some event happening in Seattle, and obviously because he's Seattle native, he has cannabis shops around Seattle. Mm-hmm. He was, I think, making an appearance at the shop, and it happened around that time.
I got you. But somebody stole his phone and some of his other stuff. And obviously, if you're going to steal an iPhone, honestly, just don't.
Don't.
At this point, just don't do it.
Also, there's not much you can do with an iPhone.
Yeah, just don't do it. Because he tracked it down. He went to go get his phone. They shot at him. He shot back.
In self-defense.
Which,
by the time you guys have heard this, it was reported nothing's going to be filed against him because, again, self-defense. I'm sure he didn't know bullets were coming. And I'm glad he's safe.
Yeah.
No one's really talking about that. I'm glad he's safe. No one was injured.
Yeah.
I'm sure, things still need to be resolved. But as far as we know.
Luckily, unfortunately, this is a moment that we're all too familiar with as black people.
Yeah.
They shot at each other and nobody hit anybody.
Y'all are terrible shots. Yeah. Y'all don't even be meaning it.
Y'all don't even know how to use these guns, bro.
Yeah, put it down. You don't even mean it.
For real.
What are these warning shots?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, yeah, we do know a situation similar to that. That one also ended, but that one ended a lot more peacefully.
Yeah.
But again, if you're pulling up, because a similar situation happened, I think, in Atlanta, where I can't remember who it is, so we're just going to say an artist, got out of their car and somebody hopped in it and took off. Bro, do you know who I am? You're not getting away with this. And again, not even that. It's just out of respect for what these people contribute to the city, which they don't all do. But Sean Kemp does contribute to Seattle.
Yeah,
I would have hopped in that car, seen anything that said Sean Kemp, be like, oh, you know what, bro?
Nope.
My bad, dog. I would have waited for him to be like, you know what, bro? Let me know how much the window is. Just my Venmo. Like, I got you. Like, let me know.
Yeah,
It's just one. Maybe not that. I would have just left.
But yeah, I'm at least being like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, this is Sean Kemp. I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna rob somebody else.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah, in that situation.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks, right? Like, we're not even really known for that. We need to establish that. As I know, there used to be bad parts to Seattle and Tacoma, and there are still some places where you probably shouldn't be after dark. But that's not who we are. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially when the Sean Kemp dispensary is. Like, how are you even doing that around there?
Who knows?
Anyway, I've actually never met the guy.
I met him a long time ago when I was a kid. But I feel like that's like a Seattle story that I feel most people have at some point. It's like, oh yeah, I ran into Sean Kemp. He came into the crab pot once when I was working there. But everybody came to the crab pot all the time.
Yeah, that was like one of the locations to stop at.
Yeah, literally. But anyways, back to other things, that are out of our pay bracket. Drake tickets.
Hey, man.
Out of my pay bracket, I'll admit that one. Luijy could probably honestly make it. He already said he's gonna make it happen.
No, I looked at those tickets.
They keep going up.
I don't like the way they're taxing. I don't mind
Yeah.
paying for the ticket, but you can't, because everyone's like Ticketmaster's terrible, and they are, but there are other websites selling them for like $200. But at checkout, they add $100 up top. So what was a $279 ticket is now really like $379 and then taxes and other stuff. So I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But depending on what I have going on the next couple weeks, there is a high chance I am gonna see Aubrey. I hate that. I don't even know the guy.
Boy.
I might see the boy.
Wheels.
Men in them. You know what I mean?
Man and them.
I might make it happen. My brother's trying to go
And
because
if he
he's never
does-
been to a concert.
If he does, we'll report on it.
We'll report on it. I don't really care if I'm in the nosebleeds, if I'm being honest with you.
At the Drake concert, I feel like it's not that bad. I knew some people that were in the stands at the SZA concert, and she got up on like a boat
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
still got pretty close, like relative to
Where everybody
where
was.
everybody was, you know?
I don't really, because for me, the thing is I just want to see the artist. I know
Yeah.
I'm far away, but I'm still seeing them in real life. I don't really need to be as up close because at the end of the day, I mean, I was still there. I heard the music live, which is what I really wanted to do. And a lot of people do want to go. So we'll probably make it happen. I'll let you guys know next week if I go see Audrey and Aubrey. I'll let y'all know if I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I go see Drake and 21 Savage. And more news though, keeping on with celebrities and stuff. Bobby Caldwell.
R.I.P.
I know that's your guy.
R.I.P. to Bobby Caldwell. Yeah, that's my guy,
man.
dude.
Is that a moment of silence or we're just
Yeah.
gonna say R.I.P.?
We're just gonna say R.I.P.
All right.
In the TikTok cut of this. I'll cut in some of that Bobby Caldwell. What you wouldn't do for love.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people thought he was black.
Yeah, he actually
Honorary.
Yeah, he actually won definitely at the cookout. He apparently won an award a long time ago that was supposed to be like for up and coming black artists or something like that. And when he showed up, they were like introducing Bobby Caldwell, the award for like newest up and coming artist for What You Wouldn't Do for Love. And he comes out and it's like this little small white guy, his little fedora that he's wearing.
Guitar.
Yeah, and everybody was like, honestly, bro, yeah, you cool, bro.
We ain't mad at you.
Yeah, and I actually
That song goes hard.
I actually got to see Bobby Caldwell live at Jazz Alley probably almost like 6 or 7 years ago now. It was probably when I was about 22.
Yeah, my grandma liked him a lot. I liked him a lot too. He made good music. I mean, the songs I heard that,
Yeah,
wasn't bad at all.
man. Yeah, we gotta have a Bobby Caldwell tribute night.
Yeah.
Everybody come dressed as a Bobby Caldwell song.
Okay, well, I don't know if we know enough songs like that to be doing
Oh
all
my
that,
gosh.
but we'll figure it out. Bruce Willis has dementia.
Yeah,
That sucks.
that does suck.
And a lot of people from, I guess his generation are like surrounding him, throwing events for him, trying to, I guess, make good memories while they last. I don't even know how dementia works.
Yeah, basically it just kind of exactly as you might imagine. It kind of just like takes your memories from you one at a time.
Oh, no.
Oh, the camera.
Oh, well. Well, camera's off. I already told y'all. Quick episode of the Winning Podcast. Caleb, insert something here. We're lit. Have a good time. We'll be back with the birthday episode. TWP.
Hey,
We out.
we outie. Have a great evening, y'all, or whatever time you're listening to this.